Deafening Freedom, War Thunder by the Russian Badger.
Puny human number 1. Puny human number 2. Puny human number 3. And Morbo's good friend, Richard Nixon. Hey, Morbo, how's the family? Belligerent and numerous.
Oh my god.
Good man.
Friendly AC-130 in the air.
War Thunder, a game made by Gaijin Entertainment that is wildly different from what I was expecting.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. I cannot hear anything you're saying now. This thruster is bass boosted by like 2,000 decibels.
We gotta head over the ridge and bomb.
Now, Gaijin Entertainment, and yes, that Gaijin, as in the word they use in Japan for people that watch too much anime, was nice enough to sponsor today's video. So if playing this game that's on PC, PS4, and soon to be the Xbox One for free is something that you're interested in, there's a link below to sign up, and they even throw in a free premium tank or aircraft just because they're nice guys. Kicking things off.
I think it's actually super interesting because contextually, Gaijin is actually a disparaging label, right? So Gaijin, literally, it's like literally like foreign person, like that is the kanji. It's like outside person, right? It definitely has a negative connotation with it. It's kind of like calling somebody a weeb, right? Like how that has kind of a negative connotation for it. So it's just interesting that the company actually went with Gaijin. But then again, it's one of those things where it's like different things mean have different meanings in parts of the world, right? Like Australians will have a different meaning for a certain word than say the Americans do. Or you'll have like the funny C word, which you can't say on YouTube, will have a different meaning. I guess it's kind of similar meaning, but it's more utilized over in say Europe than it is in America, right? And YouTube cracks down hard on it, even though it's more used by Europeans. So just interesting things. Definitely has a negative connotation in regards to the word contextually. So just make sure you're being careful with the usage of Gaijin as a word. I will declare myself a Gaijin because I am a Gaijin. I'm a tourist. I'm an outside person.
You've got to cut me some slack with this video because I know plenty of you out there are hardcore War Thunder fans, but please give me a mulligan this one time in case I look like a silly novice because I may lack experience, but I'm dedicated to learning new things in every game.
Can you drop a bomb like while you're landing?
Maybe. You can. Probably.
Like this?
Oh my god!
I feel like I'm letting her down real nice and soft. All of a sudden my landing gear explodes and both of my wings are gone.
Yeah, I can assure you that although my account has quite literally 9,000 wins, I am most definitely at the beginner stage of my development. My biggest worry when I started playing the game was that I wouldn't be able to handle the complexity because you've got both air combat and tank combat, plenty of different vehicle types, different tiers within those vehicle types, arcade mode, realistic mode, simulator mode, and seemingly limitless customization that admittedly got a little out of hand.
Why did they give us this amount of power?
That's great.
It's too much power.
I love it.
Nobody should have this much power over what kind of skin.
Man should have all that power.
No. Hear me out. I want this level of power, okay? Can you imagine this if, like, the new Call of Duty did this? Bro, that'd be an instant sell. It'd be an instant smash hit. I want more of this.
Put on the plane. This is so terrible. Why?
Why?
It's perfect.
Exactly.
It's uncomfortable in my brain because I'm simultaneously very proud that they have this kind of technology, that they allow custom skins, but at the same time, that really seems like a power that can be abused very easily.
I wonder, I'm sure they have terms of service and policies in regards to custom skins, right? Like, if you went with the World War II plane, right, and you were to have certain iconography on it, like, it can be argued historically accurate, but I wonder where the division is. I'm sure there's something in their policy in terms of service that actually outlines it.
Like, look at what you're doing right now.
But after playing it nonstop, I don't mind the complexity at all because it adds tremendous depth to the game. And my buddies and I still managed to have a blast while glossing over most of the details / options / minutia. And for me, that journey started at changing my measurement settings to maximize my freedom.
The Lancaster had an impressive bomb load of 6,356 kilograms. I don't know what that means, man. I'm American. I don't speak that language.
Is that the metric measurement system?
I speak
Internet
tons,
radio.
I speak pounds, I speak feet. I speak moon. I don't actually hate the metric system because I am Canadian, but after spending 2/3 of my life in the US, it's hard to not feel American. I sure do love me some of that there imperial system there, boy.
When you start as Americans, the game mode should start by you're just in the chow hall, like shooting the shit.
Press F to eat buttered bread slice.
Then a 500-pound bomb goes off.
Anyways, so my girl will send me this letter and then I fucking die.
And then you just hear an explosion. Cutting to the chase, upon starting the game, I was faced with choosing between air combat or tank combat, which I reflexively chose air combat because between the two options, it has a significantly faster pace. All right, let's see if we can hit this thing. Oh, I'm leaving. I'm out of here, Scoop. I'm out of here. I have no wings left.
Where's my J key?
Oh, there go your wings.
Wow.
Oh my god!
What Ekash says, I got this shit. 2 seconds later, my wings are gone.
I got a bandit on me! I'm going down!
Yeah, he's definitely going too fast. I'm sure my pilot just hates me. Anytime that we miss shots, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna pull a casual 25 Gs as I become a human beanbag and lose all sensation in my limbs. At least he doesn't pass out. He's a real trooper about not passing out and crashing us into the ground. Picking a plane was a logical place to start, and I won't dump all of the various aircraft choices on you right now. Just know that there's something for everyone. From fighters to attackers to bombers, there's fast planes, hard-hitting planes, planes with heavy ordnance. No matter what role you're trying to play, you can find one that will fit the bill. Is that I don't want to say it this way, but is naval fighter anti-air?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Okay, good. I didn't want to.
And then like
I'm anti-air.
So are you saying naval fighters are the vehicle equivalent of the word anti-disestablishmentarianism?
Yeah.
Oh my god, shut up.
Yes. I can't just go all the way up the tiers and get like an F-22 Raptor or something, can I?
you can. You can.
Imagine if you're just going through all the countries, like, okay, there's China, there's the US, there's Germany. Is that Lockheed Martin? What the fuck? Is that a country in this game? I swear to God, guys, it doesn't matter if you're in a MiG. If you hit a Yak with a single bullet, they just go into outer space. They just say, nope, I'm Yuri Gagarin now. I'm just gonna make this mission Mars. I'm going to the moon. Just look at this guy. I can eventually catch him, but it's just like, what? Who asked you to turn this into? Next comes your game mode, with arcade being the casual babby option. That's perfect if you're just starting out or trying to learn the game, because you do sacrifice some of the more realistic aspects of the game, but it's faster paced and has more action. Not to mention how forgiving it is to have multiple plane respawns. Come on! Okay, we got it.
His plane is completely throwing me off. I don't know what model that is. It very much looks like, it kind of reminds me of Planet Express a little bit from Futurama. Like, not as bulky, right? But like, the design of this is just, it makes my brain just like, huh, this is most certainly a design of all time.
That was so much reloading. I am so glad that I didn't scuff that shot. That's the thing about the MiG, man. Like, it's so fast and it's so deadly and so powerful, but once you start firing, it's just, oh, I guess all of my bullets are gone. It's like firing an Uzi. So, Potato, what's the deal with arcade versus, what's it called? Realistic mode?
Realistic?
Because all that I've ever seen is anybody that plays arcade, the comment section is just read.
Yeah.
Stop that. Stop that. Oh, when they cluster up like this, it's so hard to pick which one you want, because if you hit up the wrong guy, then his buddy's gonna be right on your tail immediately. Fly in a straight line, buddy. Thank you. We are on the board, fellas. I'm doing that way too often. I always zig when I'm trying to zag. Oh. That's like half the battle is not crashing into another plane when you're trying to take him down. Oh, thank God, that guy's so slow. There's no way. There's no way.
Good hit.
We got him, but I have lost all thrust in my engines. This is not good, fellas. This is not a
This is not a winning scenario when I do not have any ability to go faster. There we go. So apparently the upside of this thing is that the guns are extremely terrifying, but the downside is that it handles like a garbage truck that somehow became a flying craft.
It's perfect.
Still hits hard though. There we go. Mission accomplished. We did it, fellas. We did it. There you have it. If you were ever curious to see whether or not this gigantic garbage truck gets it done in combat, it do. We'll never lose if I have unlimited planes.
It's a war of attrition.
Just like Space Marines. 90% casualty rate. Victory.
I will respawn!
Realistic, on the other hand, is the other major option, which requires a whole lot more focus, because Gaijin takes off the training wheels and tons of things can go wrong, like gun jams, if you're not careful.
How do you clear gun jams?
You're kind of screwed, basically.
Nice. I didn't make it out. Oh, you countered. Good one. There he goes. There he goes. So it may require more effort, but this seems to be the authentic War Thunder experience, which I'm still getting used to. That seemed like 5 or 10 minutes of a commute, only to die upon entry into the battlefield.
Nice.
Yeah, so it is realistic.
Simulator mode does exist, but it's played by a far smaller group of players and is a little too hardcore for my taste. At least we got to read all of the neato tool tips while we were in queue. Do not stand near the bomb. Thank you. Thanks, gang.
So does it go arcade is like, I don't mean this in disparaging ways, right? Arcade is like basic baby tier, like casual tier, and then you have realism, which is like a tier up from that, which is kind of probably where the majority of players play. So is simulator, because simulator to me sounds like it's just like, yeah, go, you get to, it's like training mode, right? But this sounds like it's a step up from that. So like, what is it? TDM is, using Call of Duty terms here, right? Like TDM is like, just base team deathmatch is oh my god, I'm totally forgetting the words now. Wow, I am totally. Do you smell toast? I think I smell toast. Is the arcade, right? TDM, and then you have like I don't know, like bare bones TDM, and that's like realism. But then like hardcore bare bones TDM is simulator. Like that sounds like that's gonna be quite the experience, and I could definitely see it probably having a smaller player base if that's the case, but they're probably really dedicated to it.
Thank you, game. Thank you. I really want to see, you know how that's a thing in these types of games, over penetration with armor penetrating shells? I really want to see the guy where like the shell goes through one side of his hull and out the other, doesn't hit anything. He's like, this is fine. Yeah, that's cool. I got some fresh air. I got a nice breeze, cross breeze going through my tank now.
Over penetrate a tank, just nice little cross breeze. Man, you guys feel drafted here.
Look at this one. Look at this one. Use your binoculars. It's free. Like, what? What?
What you actually don't know is that since this game was made in Russia, these are actual hints. These aren't jokes.
This is real life advice right now.
Much like goldfish are the snack that smiles back, trees are the vegetation that hits back.
So actually, I think Goldfish might have changed their slogan recently. I saw a commercial for them recently. Like, it was actually last night, and I think it's like grab another handful or something like that. Did they really change it? I don't think I can adjust. I don't think I can cope. I don't think I can have Goldfish not being the snack that smiles back. I can't have my existential crisis every time I eat Goldfish because they're smiling at me.
Don't hit these.
What?
Helpful tutorials will hit you in the face once you start up the game to get you acquainted with the basics, and everything after that can be learned just by fooling around, pressing all of the buttons, and breaking shit. It's honestly the best way to pick up the fundamentals, like what WEP means.
For use in emergency situation, it produced more than 100% of the engine's normal rated power for a limited amount of time. Costs about 5 minutes.
So you're
Interesting.
overclocking your plane.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's for when you need to dipski in the whipski. I'm out.
Would you consider yourself an enthusiast and like to unlock the tools to overclock your engine?
And of course, more customization, which depending on your personality can range from slightly goofy.
Marine Corps training ran 5 miles in full kit, but they gave me a Pop-Tart and a green crayon, so I'm okay with it.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna throw a Marine Corps logo on the side of my German plane to see if anybody notices.
All the way down to totally off the rails aerial shit posting that's hugely unprofessional. Even for me.
It's great.
Oh my god.
Can you see it?
Oh.
You can see it, can't you?
Oh my god.
Let's roll around again.
I really just need to side strafe somebody while looking like this.
Once you find yourself craving some ground pounding action, you've got all the same game types for tanks and plenty of vehicles available, because the only thing cooler than flying in a golden Russian MiG is cruising around in a pink M1 Abrams.
I need this to happen now. I need to just skirt on somebody with an M1 Abrams when they're using something from World War I. Oh god.
The Renault
Do you want to see what 80 years of technological development looks like there, Chief?
Don't let me mislead you though, because in case you enjoy a more tactical approach to your customization, that's definitely available. Thick vegetation included.
No, I'm serious. I'm putting gigantic bushes all over my
Yeah,
tank.
hey man, blend in, yeah.
What tank? I don't see anything. All I see is bushes. Like, I see no tank here. No, this is perfect.
Hell yeah. You with jerry cans, life preservers, a guitar if you want to be that guy.
I hope
my
y'all
God.
ready. You best come over to see my goddamn tank.
Oh, hey, there you are. Oh my god.
Oh
Look
my
at
god.
this.
Dude, that
It's
tank.
a
Look at it.
Oh my
Look
god.
at it.
It's
That-
perfect.
Look at me. I'm just gonna crawl over you right now. I'm not a tank, I swear. I'm not a rapper.
Technically, you're not a tank at all. You're just.
And then all of a sudden, I just said, "Are you?"
Oh my god.
Overall, as far as the tank half of War Thunder is concerned, it's pretty similar to other tank games that will remain nameless for contractual reasons. But the intensity and the feel of the tanks is dialed up. There's a gigantic diversity of tank types, and just like the aircraft, I'm pretty sure Glaz from Rainbow Six would wet himself seeing all of the details that they clue you in on. Oh, what? You want to know the exact thickness of all of your armor down to the millimeter? Boom! There you have it. And on the topic of armor, you should probably know that I like my armor like I like my women, preferably from the Soviet Union and extra thick. For me, it was all about the firepower though, because the Russian BM-8, which is appropriately
Why does this make sense that this is Russian design? That just makes sense.
named, by the way, was just too appealing to pass up.
Coming, bro.
I got him. Wow, I've got serious hailfire. That's scary.
Hellfire.
Holy.
You can just hear it going.
I'm gonna skirt on this guy so hard.
Oh, there's a tank behind us.
Yeah, I'm on fire.
Those rockets sound wild.
I got him. Still
The
worth
trade.
it.
Classics are of course on the menu, so if for any reason you can't find what you're looking for with 1,000+ vehicles in the game, there's always a German Tiger waiting for you.
So I says to the guy, knock, knock. He says, who's there? I say, Tiger. He says, Tiger who? I say, Tiger 2.
Oh, that kill cam's so good.
The pun.
Just these
Oh my God.
unnamed gray men taking an obscene amount of shrapnel in the face. That's so good. Spotted, unspotted. Spotted, unspotted.
Good
I
hit.
did not at all. I somehow exploded his ammunition depot. I was not planning on doing that. That's
I mean, that's the other balancing point of this game, though, because the insides of tanks have to have like your ammunition storage. Your crews are going to be different places and stuff. So I guess like realistically, if you're like super invested, like you've gone through all the tech trees, you have enough playtime, you just know like, oh yeah, this is where ammunition depot is on an M1 versus ammunition depot on insert vehicle here. And I think that's a really high skill ceiling to reach. I like that the modularity is there. I like that it rewards game knowledge. I'm a huge fan of games that reward good game knowledge, right? Because, hi, I know how this works, or hey, I know this. And it's like, okay, you're rewarded for doing more than pressing W on a keyboard. I actually really, really like that. I mean, they also goes over to, it was one of the other videos we were watching recently. It's one of Gaijin's. It's enlisted, right? I think it was. Yeah, enlisted. I mean, like the systems can just transport over there as well. It's super interesting to see all of it come together. The big thing is the grind that prevents me from playing something like this, and subsequently things like Warframe and stuff as well, right? Like, I've spent a lot of time in games like Destiny, so there's a sunk cost fallacy there. I'm very picky with my games nowadays, just because I don't physically have the time, unfortunately. That's not saying that I don't think War Thunder is a good... It looks like it's a competent game. I'm hearing... we were talking about bugs recently in it. Chat's clarifying the rendering problem plus bushes made it impossible for a while to see tanks. It was so bad that Gaijin did nerf bushes. Shot the tank, the bushes would disappear and they cause a lot of problems. Right? And the game has issues. It's not like it's a perfect game by any means. But I think it's actually super interesting to kind of look at seeing where people end up on this game.
Such a lucky shot.
Good hit.
I have a feeling he's gonna run away on me, so I'm just... Let's see if I can hit him in the track so he doesn't run. Boom goes the dynamite. There he is. I'm curious to know how much damage I'm doing with my regular spacebar machine gun. I fear not enough.
But if you're in the mood for an American tank, the Calliope, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, is the obvious favorite. Because in the words of the engineer from TF2, the solution to everything is to use a gun, and if that don't work, use more gun.
God, not only is this extremely loud, but I feel like I'm just firing a gigantic cigarette box of munitions.
Right.
Is this extremely fun? Yes. Do I have any idea where any of these shells are going? No.
This tank combat is considerably more intense than I anticipated, starting with the fact that you can play on night maps, which I can only describe as fun yet terrifying.
Wait, is this a night map?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Good thing I can barely see grouse.
Oh my god.
What do you have in the front of your tank? Does that say Kappa?
No, it
That's
says
exactly. I have it on the front of mine too.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's on your tank badge, but if you press space, it shoots your machine gun.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, thanks for firing it right above my head there, guy. You're like, oh, let's aim it at Badger while we test out whether or not that's a firing button. That's
Bro,
like pointing a loaded revolver at me and saying, I wonder if this has bullets in it. Boom.
Bro,
Robert's got a quick hand.
it's an M2 Browning. It's a freedom dispenser.
Fire 762.
Can we get a bigger reticle or a bigger icon for the C flag, please? I'm not
Never.
sure where it is. Where could it be?
That is, in fact, a very large icon.
Hey yo, bro, you know where C
Hey,
is
yo,
and we're
bro.
lost.
And the best part is, you don't always have to choose one or the other, because with how much ground combat and aerial combat intersect with one another, why not both?
Rain hellfire.
Oh, I hit him.
Oh!
We got like 4 planes on our asses right now. Jesus.
That's a lot. Nice!
Ooh, grouse. That dude was so close.
What are you just doing?
Taking your head off and a fuselage just went by.
Yeah.
I got a perfect view of that. Oh,
We
look,
got
that
tanks.
fuselage is still there.
Oh, that's a plane. I'll say.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Help me, grouse. Told my dog ass.
And that's about it. I would like to thank you very much for watching. One final thank you to Gaijin Entertainment for sponsoring today's video and giving me that amazing press account with like 10 billion Dimma dollars so that I could showcase all that this game had to offer, including that golden MiG.
Don't forget about that sign up link that's below the video, because that premium tank / premium plane isn't going to drive / fly itself.
And be sure to tune in next time when we invade Narnia in a pink M1 Abrams.
Worth. I really hope they eventually add a Top Gun DLC. Imagine being Iceman or Maverick and shredding some prop plane from World War I. Danger Zone playing in the background. Sure love me some Kenny Loggins. Hell yeah. More Booger. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm muting the outros at this point just because YouTube and copyright have been... I don't know. It goes through waves, I feel. I've been getting some copyright stuff again recently on some stuff, and it's just like, can I at least see some paperwork? Can I at least see some ownership, please? It definitely helps when people just make spurious claims. I'm like, I've never heard of you. But this was great. I absolutely love this. It's I'm surprised that I don't feel I've reacted to this. I at least don't remember it. And thus going through some other things. It's just really interesting. It's really interesting, and it kind of fascinates. I've talked about it in other videos as well. The balancing of War Thunder kind of fascinates me because you have so many things that you have all working in tandem with each other. And yeah, you have things that you have different ranks to help balance it out. So certain tiers within, right? So like if you're playing something like Magic the Gathering, right? I mean, you have your standard format, your pioneer format, your modern, your legacy, your vintage, right? Those kind of things, right? And those kind of help regulate themselves. But if you're looking at like an eternal format, like because like usually things rotate out, ban lists, they help kind of keep things in check, right? So like if, I don't know, the M1 Abrams was a problem, right? I mean, you just end up like, cool, pick banning M1 Abrams. League of Legends also does this too, pick banning champions. But coming from games like Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's effectively just a permanently eternal format, minus a forbidden limited list, ban limit, right? It's interesting to see how games cover such wide swaths of assets is the word I'm going to use, but that's not the one I was going for. Just having so many things and trying to balance around it. It's a balancing act already with a limited block, right? Like let's say like 6 sets, right? 6 sets on a card game, or a single season in a video game, right? It's kind of hard to already balance there, much less, an entire arsenal from around the world, right? People in chat, Yako saying maxing out France, USA, Japan, Germany, and Russia, right? I mean, like you have to balance all of those. So it's honestly fascinating. This was awesome. This was a really cool look into War Thunder. Thank you everyone for watching. Link in the description down below to make sure that people know where to find the original video. And I'll see you in the next one.